You better do this intro good, motherfucker.
Yeah, okay. That's what I needed. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Salty Soup Podcast. This is episode 3. Holy shit.
I hate you.
What?
All right. You know you
What-
did, first of all.
What the fuck? No, I
You
don't.
know what you did, first of all, okay? I'll rewind. I'll rewind just to show you what's going on in my life and explain, but first of all, I have had no electricity in my in half my apartment for about a month now. Did I mention that in the last podcast? Yeah, because I said I'd shave in the dang bath in the kitchen now.
Yeah, you definitely said you shave in the kitchen, but I did not leave in the explanation.
I guess, yeah, I was thinking about that. So why do I shave in the kitchen? Half of my apartment has no power. 2 bedrooms and the bathroom. No lights, no power. And I have to shave with an electric shaver. I like to get my beard, and I do a regular razor for the sides, but I've had to do that in the kitchen. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You don't use regular razors?
I'm just laughing at you shaving your face in the kitchen like a fucking barbarian heathen.
Yeah, and I'm using like my phone as a mirror. You know what I mean? This is terrible. So that's the life I'm living. I'm taking dark showers. All right. If I have to take a shower at night, I mean, hopefully I don't slip and fall and die. All right. I'm probably gonna have to sue them eventually because my leg's gonna be broken. But anyways,
I've been in your bathroom. You have a window that lets in light. Why aren't you
Don't
shaving?
tell my lawyer that.
Why aren't you shaving during the day in your bathroom?
I try to.
Oh,
but
okay,
sometimes I like a nice dark shower. Obviously.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to shave above my food. Sometimes I like hair to be where I prep my food.
Well, the hair thing, it's like, what am I going to put an extension cord all the way to the bathroom?
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, you have a plug-in razor.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what I'll do is I'll use the metal razor to get them here, and then to get the beard down, I have a trimmer,
Got it.
and it's plug-in.
That makes so much more sense.
Anyways, so this is the frustration I'm dealing with. We had an electrician come through 2 weeks ago, and he looked at the fuse box, tried all the fuses, and then went up to the attic to check these wires, and he checked an outlet, and then he came back and he said everything on the fuse box is mislabeled. First of all, did I tell this last week?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So he has to go through every outlet in my apartment and then go to the attic to see in between if they're there's a short somewhere. And I didn't even know the dude was coming. I think I might have told this story because the motherfucker opens the door at my apartment and I'm taking a shower. And he's just peeking through the window, and then I open the shower, and we're both looking at each other for a good 5 seconds, what the fuck? And he's like, never in my 15 years of being an electrician has that ever happened. I'm sorry. And then he gets about an hour into the job.
It's a fucking lie, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he must have.
I've had techs, back when I was doing maintenance management, I've had a lot of my techs return to me white in the face, wide-eyed, I just walked in on people having sex, and they just kept going I got out of there as soon as I could. I shut the door.
That almost happened once to us when just a random maintenance person came over for the bottom downstairs person's reporting a leak, and we need to look through your apartment real quick,
Oh, you got fucking lied to.
Wow,
dude. Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
I gotta stop your story because of what you just said. If a maintenance person ever enters your house and you don't know why, and the excuse is, oh, the downstairs neighbor reported a leak, that's what they can tell you because that's an emergency. But speak to your downstairs neighbor because they didn't have a fucking leak. What happened was the maintenance man entered the apartment by mistake, or they were doing a non-routine inspection, which is a inspection. They suspect something's going on in your apartment, and they don't have time to post the access notice.
I think I would believe you, except I talked to my downstairs neighbor, and they did have a leak.
Oh, well, fuck them.
And this guy was at my apartment like 4 times over and over again. They were literally drilling into my wall trying to find this fucking leak.
Oh, really?
Just letting you know.
Always check with your downstairs neighbors. Always check with your downstairs neighbors.
I'm with you on the suspicion right away when somebody shows up to my door. Normally, I would have fucking said fuck off.
Right.
But I know my downstairs neighbors actually had told me about this a day or two previously, asked me if I had any leaks because they thought it was our fault that, something was leaking and dripping to them. So just letting you know, we definitely they had some sort of bad leak going on, and it was coming from our sink was something underneath of it was fucked, and they had to go in the closet behind our room and drill into the closet door to get to it.
Yikes.
Anyways, this is you can tell the maintenance that's going on in this dang apartment right now. It's just everything's going
falling
on
apart.
This year, everything is falling apart. And we just got a new washer and dryer because those broke this year. Both of them broke the same year. And they're 20 years old. So, electrician thing. Fast forward to this week. We had to postpone the podcast because I had the electrician number 2 coming on Friday. And what I didn't say before was I had all of this eBay stuff in my office. And I also had all this garage sale shit because I just had a bunch of garage sales this summer. And I've been slowly taking truckloads of that back to the storage unit. So the first guy, I had no idea this guy was even coming over. This time I had time to get stuff out of the way, move everything out of the way of every outlet, every light switch to make sure that these guys could just come in and do it. And then they email us saying the electrician tested positive for COVID. Which now I'm pissed off because... Is that our fault? Is that the only electrician in fucking Denver?
No.
That you can call today?
Right.
Do I have the right to be pissed off? I don't want to. I hate I always like that saying. You always want to. You catch more bees with honey. You know what I mean, I would rather kill them with kindness, but at this point, I just want to be threaten lawsuits. I'm gonna fall in the shower because it's dark, and I'm gonna sue you guys. Unless you guys give me some fucking reduced rent or something.
Right.
This. I've been paying a month now with half the electricity. I'm trying to run an eBay business out of this office. And I have an extension cord with 7, with an outlet strip on it, trying to get my eBay lights and my computer, everything hooked up and try to still list shit. So that's the nightmare I've been living. We're trying to coordinate this podcast, and you text me saying, are we doing the podcast Sunday at noon? It's a community day. And so in my head, I'm thinking, oh, shit, we're going to have to push it back an hour or two because I got to get some catching in so then I can do the podcast after.
Listen. I'm gonna put
a
pin in your story. I'm gonna put a pin in your story because I'm gonna let you finish it. But I cannot wait for the fucking rebuttal. Go on, slander me some more.
So, if you guys ever watched our Pokey Pals podcast, which is our previous one, I like Pokemon Go. I try to get the community days, which come out every month. It's a little event that goes on to showcase one Pokemon, but very often I've forgotten just because I'm busy. Life's going on. And I've asked Cody many a time to make sure he texts me, let me know, okay? And then this week, I'm dealing with all this electrician stuff. He says, are we doing the podcast on Sunday? Which I thought we were doing on Sunday. Today's Sunday. It's a community day, all right? And then I text him a couple hours later, and I'm like, all right, man. All right, man.
Go on.
All right, man. We can push it back a few hours. and then we can do it then. So I can get some catching in. And he texts me back, oh, sorry, community day just happened. You're late. And now I'm out a whole day, a whole community day, a whole event.
All right, now that you all feel really bad for Dalton and you're on Dalton's side, and I'm
drinking,
and I'm the bad guy. Listen up. If you did watch the Poke Pals podcast before, you know that sometimes the episodes didn't upload every Sunday. You know that sometimes we would just miss a week. Dalton is notoriously late. Back in high school, we used to call Dalton the White Rabbit because he's always fucking late.
I'm very, very late for a very important date.
So it's like I have to like micromanage him. So on Wednesday, I texted him. I have the receipts, and I will throw them on screen. On Wednesday, I text him, are you all good to record on Friday? Because normally we record these on Friday.
True. Got
you. Friday at noon is the set schedule. Dalton rolls in around 1.
And we shoot for noon, but...
We shoot...
But,
we shoot
1
for noon.
o'clock is pretty average.
So Dalton texts me back. He says, I have to play it by ear. The electrician is finally coming on Friday. So I've got to be here for a while he fixes it.
Come to find out, we could have just filmed it on Friday, but...
We could have just filmed it on Friday. Anyways.
I just used that day to clean the apartment, so whatever.
Not a big deal. I've given ourselves a 6-day cushion. So it's okay if we miss Friday. I say, all right, do you want to do it Saturday? Also, by the way, I texted him on Wednesday, are you all good to record on Friday? He texted me back Thursday that we have to play it by ear. So I'm like, okay, do you want to do it Saturday? He texts me back a few hours later. He says, we could. I wouldn't get to your house till 3. Sunday, I could be there at noon. So I text him back and I say, no problem, buddy. I say either day works for me. Sunday at noon is better just for the daylight, though. I like the lighting for recording. And I don't hear anything back. So I'm like, okay, are we doing Saturday or Sunday? I think we're doing Sunday. So I texted him yesterday. I texted him on Saturday. I said, hey, man, this is exactly what I said. I sent it in 2 texts. The first text says, it's a community day, which it was. Saturday was a community day. And then I text him, are we filming on Sunday at noon? And guess what?
Which means
no,
you put them together, and you're saying Sunday's a community day. Are we still filming?
No. It's a community day. It's a community day. Are we filming
correct.
Sunday at noon? You can put those
Which
together.
Obviously, we couldn't because it would have been a community day. We couldn't film Sunday.
Anyways, Dalton doesn't text me back at all yesterday. I send that to him, no text back. And then this morning he says, how about I come over at 2? Then I could get some catching done. And I say yesterday was a community day.
Just to rub it in that he purposely texted me wrong just to trick me. And then he rubs it in, oh, yeah, yesterday was a community day.
So the community day is a funny little side note, but here's the crux of it. I texted him yesterday, or he told me on Friday that he was cool to come over today at 12. I texted him yesterday confirming that time. He texted me this morning, finally, saying, no. And he shows up at 2.
Don't change the subject. You totally know what you did wrong. All right?
You know what? I need you guys to... This is if we ever needed the viewer, right now, leave in the comment who's at fault here. Wait, for what?
It's a community day.
Oh, for you missing community day.
Yeah.
I'm upset about being. I'm upset about being the 2 days and 2 hours late.
Nobody. That doesn't matter. You're changing the subject. What matters is, it's your fault I missed community day because you literally texted me, "It's Sunday. It's a community day. We should probably do the. Are you still filming the podcast?" And here's another last part of my defense for the jury here. We have never filmed a podcast Saturdays before 3:00 in the 40 podcasts we've done because Saturday is my heaviest day of training and coaching. I couldn't even do Pokemon at noon because every Saturday I'm busy until 1 or 2, from like 9 a.m. till 1 or 2. So you even like thinking that you're in the right now is just wild. Okay.
I do have a quick side note question. This might
For the
seem a
jury.
little unrelated, but who is the Pokemon Go player of the two of us?
Doesn't matter who's the player. You already know my reputation of being the white rabbit and being late for everything and probably missing it.
Yeah, you definitely missed it. You for sure missed it, buddy.
Oh, there you go, rubbing it in again.
I was able to
my
catch
God.
4 shiny Duskull. It was Duskull Community Day on Saturday.
Cool, one of my favorites.
For those who don't know, pretty cool shiny. Normally Duskull is like a dark gray, and this time it was a maroon.
I'm not even going to look at you the rest of this podcast. I'm going to look at the window.
Oh, man. And I was able to catch 4 of them. Did I mention the catch total?
Did I mention I'm not looking at you?
Yeah, you did mention
Why don't you
that.
just tell me what the fucking community day move was, too? You probably didn't evolve any of them because you want to rub it in like you don't care.
Oh, I forget that there's like a special move.
Cheers. Cheers, guys. I'm going to drink my sorrows away.
So you're supposed to evolve them. Interesting. I just go for the shiny.
Doesn't even give a shit. Doesn't even give 2 shits. Just wants to sabotage my life.
You know what?
I'm the battler. That's a whole for you Pokemon fan or non-Pokemon. Blah, 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 blah. For you, I'm drinking already, dude. I'm getting fucking slurred.
You've had half of a shot. Maybe.
Doesn't take much, man. I am a cheap date. Trust me. Trust that. Oh, it's tasty. What were we talking about?
Oh,
yeah, you're a piece of shit.
I actually think that we were just coming to the conclusion of this conversation where you apologize for.
The jury is still out there. If I even need to apologize, comment below. Is Cody in the wrong for trying to sabotage my community day, or am I overlooking something?
Now, here's another maybe in my defense. I texted Dalton. It was a community day on Saturday before the community day started, and 2, the Discord was abuzz about the community day. Dalton checked neither.
I don't need a Discord. I need a best friend.
You know what? that actually broke my heart, and I'm sorry. Yep, I'm in the wrong. Yeah, that.
You heard it. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
We're gonna cheers to that.
Yeah.
I got an apology out of him.
I can't cheers. I heard it's bad luck.
We'll go over this bridge.
It's water. It's water. I mean,
you already took your shot.
Okay, yeah,
People,
no.
he took a shot before the podcast, so he wanted to get all wet and wild right away.
well, you had a shitty week. I had a pretty good week.
Oh, what happened? Please
Had the
help me
first
out.
job with a new junk business.
Hey,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
For the people who are just tuning in, who've never been tuned into our podcast or our life, Cody completely switched his life, switched his careers, came out here, sold all his shits, came out here to Denver,
Yeah.
and is starting a new business. And that's what you're talking about, I'm assuming, or
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
some
yeah.
kind of other job.
Well, no, I'm talking about that job. Yeah, I with my wife, she actually did most of the work. We started a junk removal business, and we finally got all the pieces put together for that, like the LLC, the business accounts, the business cards, the trailer, like every single piece that was needed came together on, I want to say Monday, and our first job was on Thursday morning. There was a guy just north of here, and they had just done a remodel on their house. So there was a bunch of shit piled up in their backyard, like old toilets and things like that. And it was two dump runs, and it took me and Kelsey from like 9 a.m. and by 1 we were already driving home. And
nice.
It was $450.
All right.
Yeah. So like immediately proves that we can just
$50 an hour.
yeah. It's
Between the two of you?
well actually
Is my math off?
yeah, your math. It was
400
4 hours.
So $100 an hour.
Yeah, a little more
My
than
bad.
$100 an hour.
Between the two of you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's pretty good.
How did they hear about you?
Facebook.
Facebook, man.
You know what's funny?
Are you paying for ads or just putting ads out there?
We're paying for well, like we posted a couple ads on Craigslist, but it's $5 a post. And then have you heard of Thumbtack?
Never.
Thumbtack is this app where you look for like a local handyman or a local junk remover or a local mover, whatever.
Sure.
But Thumbtack is weird because when you have a business account, you have to we put $150 into this business account. And what happens then is every time somebody contacts you, every time you get a lead, that comes out of your funds. That costs you like $3 or $4.
Okay, so instead of like a flat fee, it's kind of, or I guess it is kind of a flat fee.
You pay for the leads, but here's the thing: the leads are fucking flaky. And recently, we had the same person contact us twice without any. Once we reply to them, no feedback. So it's like, it's kind of like a
The
drain.
more they contact you, the more charges you get. Or is
Yeah,
it one
every
contact
time they
per charge?
contact you.
I mean, like after the second time, like, don't ever talk to me again unless
Right.
you want to fucking do business, motherfucker.
The second time, the fee went up.
Oh
I
my
think-
God.
Well, no, my fee went up. Like the
Sure.
first time they contacted us,
They think it's
I quoted them like 175, and the second time I quoted them 225 because I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, there you go. You have to. You should.
You
mention
reply
that.
to the first one.
I mean, who knows if the customer knows that, but
Right.
or they even give a fuck. Who knows?
They don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Still, awesome. That's awesome.
Kelsey was like, "Oh, we got a job tomorrow," and I said, "How'd they find out about us?" And she said, "It was through Facebook." And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I said, "He's an older guy."
How much did that cost? Facebook ads.
That I don't know. Kelsey figured that one out.
Okay.
I don't know about the Facebook ads, but it worked out.
Right on. And it didn't sound like you had too much work. Like I was wondering if you bite off more than you can chew with this job sometimes, or if something's too big.
There
or heavy.
was,
Did they take pictures of it first and send them to you? And
yeah,
like,
they
this is what
sent
we need?
pictures to us. Yeah,
And you're like, okay, we got that.
yeah, and truthfully, we probably undersold that job just because it looked like it was one trailer full, but it ended up being two.
And you just
And we have a
sold.
big ass trailer.
How do you quote them?
Just look at it and like come up with a number.
And you just thought that looks like one trailer full, and then found out it was two.
Yeah, yeah. The shit part is like you have to pay for each dump drop off.
At the dump.
So
Yeah.
like when I saw it, I was like, oh, it looks like one trailer full. Then I'm like, okay, well then we could charge $450 in it. It only cuts in a little bit, but when you do two trailer fills,
So
that cuts in quite a
What
bit.
was the dump fee? Like 10, 20, 30 bucks?
No, dude. And listen, back in Phoenix, you roll up onto a scale
Sure.
and you get a free dump drop off every month. That doesn't matter.
Cool.
But they weigh you give your credit card as like a deposit, and the deposit's like $25 because it's like you're probably not going to drop off more than that. And if you are, you go on your way out, you go back onto the scale, and they only charge you for like the $15 or whatever.
Okay.
Here, we went to two different dumps because we were trying to suss it out, and the cheapest drop off fee was $100. Yeah. And here's the crazy bit.
So now you're at $75 an hour.
Exactly. And here's the other thing. They don't weigh you at all. You drive up onto a scale, but I don't know why they even have them. There's a sign posted that says, if you're a car, it's $75. If you're a pickup truck, it's $90. If you're a truck with a trailer, it's $110 or whatever.
And is there and that's the max, just a truck and a trailer, or is there one
No,
more size bigger?
it goes like
Couple
to
size
it
bigger.
eventually goes to like semis
Semis.
with giant ass trailers.
Wow. So basically, your best bet is to maximize truck and trailer, or are you just
Yeah, well, I mean, the
or
thing
just
is
quote
like
people higher?
quote people higher. Yeah, yeah. This was like a learning curve.
Yeah.
We'd never been to the dumps here, and now we know
Well,
what they charge.
And honestly, you know, word of mouth is probably the best seller. You know, if they said this people were super cheap and they did a good job, they tell some other friend that's happens to be needs a bunch of shit moved out too. You know?
Right. No, the guy was super cool. He was an older guy. He gave us a lot of advice. We actually quoted him 400, and he gave us 450.
Because cool. He gave you a tip.
Yeah, and he was like, "You guys got to charge more." That's what he said.
Did you tell him this is your first job and all that?
We
shit?
were too embarrassed to tell him that.
No,
yeah,
you gotta give him the whole sob story, man. Like, we're new here. Where's our new business?
He definitely got all that out of us. But
okay.
I think Kelsey told him we had done a couple more before him or something.
Well, I can understand that. Maybe one or two jobs just to make it look like you're not amateurs. Maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So he was super cool. He's like, yeah, you know what? You charge them what you think it might cost, and then he's like, and then add 20 or 40%, just increase it.
Really?
And he's like, and then you give them room for negotiation. I was like, okay.
I can see that charging higher and working your way down. Yeah,
right.
For sure, that's interesting.
But we were just itching to get the first one out of the way, and
it's only been a week or two since you even had this shit going out there.
Yeah,
right?
It was just a few days. It was less than a week.
Oh, cool.
And the biggest thing was it was like, we kind of think of it as like it was okay to, you know, not make what we could have or lose money on the first job, because we learned so much from like picking stuff up, what the trailer can hold, like how far away the dump is, what the dump actually costs. Like there's so much to learn.
Do you think you could have put it all in one load? Like,
no,
you were maxed out.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. We have a crazy big trailer. It's 14 feet long and it's like 6 feet wide, and it has mid walls all the way up, which are like I don't know, 2 or 3 feet, and then we were piled over that.
I've seen people build like extra enclosures around their trailers.
I've seen that.
Have you thought about that, or just say fuck it?
Definitely. There's some trailer upgrades I want to make in the future.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or just buy a bigger trailer next.
Yeah, I think at that point we need a bigger truck too.
True. I mean, you probably weren't thinking about this business when you originally bought your truck. You're just using your old truck that you were
exactly.
driving every day. The old Tahoe, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, Tacoma.
No, Tacoma. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't even start with a T. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. I see no reason why this couldn't be a fucking gig. You do whatever, you know. And what's cool about that is you choose the jobs. You know, this week we wanted to get some work done. We'll get some work done. If we want to fucking say fuck off, find somebody else, you say fuck off.
Right, exactly. We can do like. Also, Kelsey had her first paying photography gig the same day.
Wow.
So it's nice to be able to like
same marketing scheme like Facebook and everything.
Facebook. She actually met these people on Instagram. She put a thing out on Instagram for. She was doing like free. She contacted a bunch of Denver like influencers and said, "I'll take photos for you for free if you just say like, I took your photos."
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Dude,
and then I think one of those people reached out to her and said, we actually have this event going on right now, and I'll pay you to shoot the event.
Oh, so the freebie turned into money.
Yeah.
Dude, that's perfect. I've seen some TikTok channels that are just like photographers walking up to a random person like, yo, can I take your photos today? Or, you know, just...
Yeah.
And they're just at the gym or something all jacked. Or they're just walking on the street, you know, just an interesting looking person. And, you know, not like they charge a dime, but then their TikTok gets blown up because their pictures look so good. You know,
right? Yeah,
I love that, man. That's awesome. Good for her too. Congrats, Kelsey, when she watches this, which was never probably.
Yeah, probably not. Nope. But it's cool because, like, I mean, that whole thing is like the reason we have the junk hauling business is just because we set our hours, we set our pay, and we just have to make enough to live off of, but like keep our schedule open for her to do the photography, for me to do the streaming.
Have you ever thought about filming that business?
Actually, I don't know how much to talk about this because like we haven't actually started doing this yet, but me and Kelsey have been talking about doing a vlog.
Okay.
And
I know you guys do a podcast already.
We do a podcast, and we're
But not
thinking
a
about
video
uploading
vlog,
a
yeah.
weekly vlog onto that channel
Yeah.
where we shoot
Cool.
everything we're up to.
I mean, I love it that too because I mean, first of all, you two are a great couple, and secondly, people want to see just whatever bullshit people have lying.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Even just like that first job, you said a bunch of fucking toilets in a field, like. Like that's just something stupid, but people are gonna watch it, dude.
Right.
Then they're gonna make fun of those fuckers that have fucking toilets in the field. What the fuck
Yeah.
are these guys doing? There's 4 toilets in the damn field, Like,
Yeah.
and then they want to laugh at you fucking lifting the toilets out of the ground,
They lifting the toilets up and like water just pours down both my legs.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
it was. They had been sitting out there for a while, so it was like storm water. But
That's what. Yeah, filled with shit.
Yeah, when Kelsey saw that, she was like,
Shit,
"Oh God, Cody, this is where we're gonna go. We're gonna finish this job." And Cody's gonna be like, "We're selling the trailer.
Yeah.
we're getting regular jobs."
Oh my god. I mean, I could just imagine the second that happened, then you're like, we're coming back, and then you next hour later you got hazmat suits on. You're like, all right, we're ready now.
Really should have.
That's great, dude. I can't wait to hear about that business growing, and hopefully you filming a little vlog about it. I'm excited about that. I want to see the stupid shit you guys are pulling out of these fucking houses and fields and shit. I was just thinking, like, we've been friends since fucking high school, which is 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about all the shit we've been fucking doing all these years, man, and the stories that the people out on YouTube have never even heard of, man.
Yeah, it's funny because when we did the Poke Pals, we on our first episode we might have done a little intro, but we never gave any backstory. Like we just kind of hopped into it and expected people to just join us at this point,
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been friends since high school. We used to do these trips. We'd call them casino trips.
Because we were only 18, so we couldn't gamble in our state, Iowa.
Right.
We had to go to Minnesota, where the gambling age is 18.
Yeah, it was really cool. We had a group of like 4 friends. It was me, you, Justin, Elliot.
And then every once in a while, an occasional other person would join in.
Yeah, sometimes someone else would pop in.
But
there.
that was the crew for our multiple gambling trips.
Right, and it was Elliot who was the youngest. So as soon as Elliot turned 18, we would go every time someone had a birthday, we would go. So the first time was with Elliot for his 18th birthday.
Right.
And the thing was, dude,
I forgot it wasn't so much for the gambling too. This was our first introduction to strip clubs.
Right.
It wasn't just gambling.
Well, the reason we could gamble at 18 in Minneapolis is because they have no alcohol casinos. Alcohol is not allowed anywhere in these casinos.
That's right.
So the funniest part was the first time we went, we actually decided we were going to stay in the casino. And we're like, well, there's no alcohol in those casinos, so we'll bring our own. And we roll up, and we had filled a duffel bag, a big fucking duffel bag, with cans of beer.
Could have put a body in this duffel bag. It was so big. You put two bodies,
dude.
in there.
It was totally fuck. It was like bulging at the seams, filled with cans of beer. So it was heavy as shit.
There's like 6 30-packs in there, man.
Yeah, so
I don't know what we were thinking.
It was so heavy, one person could barely lift it up, and we pulled
like 2 people. The fucker.
Well, do you remember we pulled up, and immediately the bellboy comes out, and he's like trying to help us with the bags, and we're like, no, we got this one. Because if they found out we had alcohol, we'd be either forced to leave it or get kicked out. Also, we're 18. Or
we just assumed it was just going to be a ticket and a fucking hotel kicking us out.
Right. So the bellboy grabs the bag and he goes to lift it up, but it's like heavy. And he like really fucking struggles to lift it up, and all you can hear is
clink,
the
clink,
clanging
clink,
of beer. And he put it onto his cart, didn't say a fucking word, He brought it up to our room, and then as soon as we got up to the room, we grabbed the little thing so you can get ice at the end of the hall, and both trash cans from like the bathroom and in the bedroom, and we just started filling that shit up with ice.
The bathtub, the whole bathtub full of ice. It wasn't,
We filled the entire bathtub with ice and put all the alcohol in it.
That was our cooler. Fuck showers, dude. We're fucking getting drunk.
That's true. We never showered.
No, fuck that, dude. You gotta drink your way to the shower, boy.
Yeah. That was so fucking cool.
So that's just the preface to probably one of our best our broski stories. One of the best broski stories. You guys got your bros, you're out, you're doing shit, and you had the one dude, he messed up. You know what I mean?
There are, so the next part of going to Minneapolis was to go to this giant strip club called Deja Vu.
Shout out to Deja Vu.
Shout out Deja Vu.
Where my girl's at.
A two-story strip club where they had a pole from floor to ceiling. So
was it buffets Friday nights or something, or Sunday morning?
I just remember free hot dog night.
Buffet. Okay,
free hot dog nights.
Friday. I forgot all their specials, but you have to look it up. Get down there.
And dude, it was crazy because they had a stage on the top, and the main stage was on the bottom, but there was a pole that connected both of them.
Yeah.
So
you remember the pole princess?
I do.
I mean, obviously there's many pole dancers, but this was the pole princess. It was one of those.
She was an angel.
It was one. I mean, there's chicks that shake their ass, and then there's chicks that put on a show.
Yeah.
And she's one of the ones that makes your jaw drop, and you're like, not only is she beautiful, but she is doing things that I don't think I could ever do in my life.
Dude, she could like scale upside down up the pole like Spider-Man or some shit. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's a two-story pole.
Yeah.
And then she'd go to the very top and drop all the way fucking down. If she's not dead, she's like the most talented person in the world.
Shout out to the pole princess. Actually, cheers to the pole princess. You don't know how many good nights you brought us. Okay. Multiple. We saw you multiple nights. We were hoping every time we went to Minneapolis that the pole princess was going to be there. All right.
Well, what's really funny is that, like I have 3 stories that we can tell. The Justin one's really funny. I think we saved the Justin one for the end.
What is your other 2?
The first one I want to say is that when we would go there on our birthdays. So we would get like a special birthday dance, and what would happen was the birthday person would get to go up on stage, and what would happen is they would put a chair against the pole, and you'd have to sit there with your hands behind your back, and while every single stripper lined up.
The whole club, bro,
and beat the shit out of you.
It was demeaning. They would, you'd think it'd be like them like lap dancing on you.
No,
it is them trying to use their asses and tits to hurt you.
Yeah, my head would bounce off the pole sometimes, and I'd be like,
they'd be fucking hitting you with their tits, man. It wasn't like a nice little shake,
but
it was like, bye, like shoulder checking you, and you're like, fuck, that was a shoulder, dude.
But what was so funny is that because we knew we were gonna get to go up on stage, and like we would get to be the center of attention for a minute, we would wear thongs.
What?
Do you remember that?
I didn't wear a fucking thong.
Oh, me neither.
Oh, wait.
Do you remember I wore a blue thong. And
I wore a jock strap.
Yeah.
It was like
there we go.
The front was covered, but the back had no ass to it.
Yeah. So it's not like we would take off our shorts and like just sit up there in the thong. No, but we would pull it up like way over our hips so everyone could see.
The thong thing was only the one time, guys. All right, we didn't do that every time. That trip, we happened to go to a fucking sex store.
Yeah.
All right, we went to a fucking sex shop for some reason.
That's true. Just because we were like trying to do all the 18-year-old things.
Exactly. That was like one of our first trips. We all bought thongs, and we all bought fucking dick guns.
Oh my god! I remember the dick
was like
guns.
10-inch dick wieners
There's a squirt gun.
that were squirt guns. And so we're rolling around Minneapolis, driving around. We'd come out, we'd roll down the window and squirt people out the car with a fucking dick gun, and then and drive off, man. That was so random and fun. But I don't want to get off track to probably the best broski story of all that. Did you have the second story? You want me to get to that one?
Man,
I thought you had one more. Was that it?
There is one more.
That brought back so many memories.
And you're gonna remember this. Okay. One of the other times we went there, I know that this wasn't the first time, because the first time was the next story we're gonna tell.
I'm sorry to pause you, but
yeah.
I just think it's so funny that none of us were gonna get laid or use anything in the sex shop besides the dick squirt gun.
Right.
We're not gonna use anything in here. No. Our sex life at that time was like, hopefully we're going to get some fucking chick over one of these nights, you know? But,
into a hotel room with 4 dudes. She's going to love that. Oh, she's going to be smitten by us.
Whoa, man. We
were so delusional back then.
Hopefully they like our dick guns.
Actually, you know what? Since we are telling like the first time, we'll go into the Justin story because I'm excited for it.
All right, good.
So... Our first time we go to the strip club, we're obviously like all super young and we're like kind of embarrassed and we're not going up by the stage. We don't know what to do.
We get a table. You know, we've never even gotten lap dances before, but yeah. Go on.
Exactly. We got a table so that we could like look at the stage and we're just sitting around the table. And then like after a few songs, all the strippers, they make their rounds. And if you've ever been to a strip club, they collect a bunch of ones on the stage, but they actually make money by giving you lap dances. And they, at the end of songs, they like walk around and they ask people if they want lap dances. And we're at the table and they start coming up and asking us for lap dances, and we're super scared. We're like, no. We're just here to watch. Yeah. And then finally, we start talking amongst ourselves and we're like, no, we're gonna do it.
We get this like confidence out of nowhere.
We're gonna fucking do it. We're all gonna do it. And someone asks Dalton, and Dalton says, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And the next person comes by and they ask they ask me, and I say, yeah, let's go.
I got the cowgirl that night. She had a little cowboy hat on.
Dude, I don't remember anything about...
I didn't know I was into cowgirls until that night.
I don't remember anything about mine except for like me just like sitting like this, like...
Didn't you get a tall... I think you got a tall girl. Oh, I'm kind of ashamed of how much I remember of this.
I was so scared.
I can't remember most things, but for some reason I remember these strippers pretty well.
And anyways, then we presume that like everyone else like goes and gets a lap dance too. So Dalton, the song finishes. Dalton comes back to our table. I come back to our table at like the same time.
Yep, because we all got lap dances about the same time. Like bam, 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 bam. You know, all 4 of us or 5 of us, whatever.
Right. So then Justin doesn't come back. So I'm thinking like maybe he actually got the next song. Because we were away during that time, so maybe he got the next song, and another song happens, and Justin still isn't back. And dude,
a solid 3 songs at least.
To the point where we were like, "What the fuck
3 or
happened
4
to him?"
songs,
like,
dude.
We started thinking maybe he didn't get a lap dance. Maybe he left. Maybe he got in trouble for something. Like, what the fuck happened? We're getting a little nervous.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, Deja Vu was a 2-story strip club.
And the fucking lap dances were upstairs.
Like for the VIP rooms.
That's right.
So we see Justin, and he has his head down and his arms to his sides, and he's just looking down and he's like clearly pouting.
But he's way far. We watched him walk down the stairs. Walk all the way through the club to us,
and the stripper was right behind him,
right there. And he's got his head down. Why?
He looks so sad and defeated.
It's so weird because we were all
pissed.
We were so happy. This was like some of our first lap dances. We're like, that was some of the wickedest shit, dude.
So Justin, we watch him go all the way down the stairs, make his way all the way through the first floor. And then he sits down without making eye contact with any of us.
Looking at the table.
Just looking straight down. He doesn't say a fucking word. And she is behind him, pissed off.
Yeah, arms crossed like this.
And it's silent for a second, and Justin goes, "Guys, I fucked up."
Guys, I fucked up. That's such a great line.
And then she immediately says, "Someone's got to pay for your friend." Mm-hmm. And then it was silent for even longer.
We're all very confused at this point because I don't understand what happened. Like we know Justin came here with money.
Right.
We all came here with cash. We talked about it. Like, I got this much. I'll spend this much on lap dances and this much on one. You know, you give singles at the stage.
Right.
So we had this all planned out so that we have gambling money and all that. It's very meticulous.
Yeah. Yeah. And after she says, "You got to pay for your friend," we just sat there for a minute. Like, no.
What do you mean? And how much? Do you remember how much he owed?
It was well over $100. And first of all, we're 18. We're in high school. I think Dalton might have been in college at that point.
We're coming here with $200 or $300.
Right. So
Max,
he had racked up a bill that was well over $100, and
we all paid $20.
Right. We all ended up having to like pitch in to pay for Justin.
Yeah, we all start scrambling. Like, who has extra cash to throw in? And obviously, none of us want to pitch in at all.
Right,
We're all
nobody
like,
wanted to.
It's his problem, dude.
Yeah. He fucked up. He even said it.
He had. I don't know if you realize he explained this. He's like, I didn't realize that after the song, when they said, "Do you want to keep going?" I didn't know that costed more money.
Yeah,
that was his excuse.
Yeah,
every song cost $20. And
I remember him specifically saying, "I thought she liked me." She asked me if I wanted to go to the VIP room. She asked me if she wanted to keep going. I thought she liked me.
Every song the stripper asks you, "Do you want me to keep going?" And he's obviously just,
of course.
Yes.
Yes, please, ma'am.
You're so generous. This is the most generous stripper ever.
She really likes me.
I'm going on with the stripper tonight, bro.
So that ended our time at the strip club that night because Justin Justin took all of our money. So
to tell you the truth, honestly, 2 or 3 of us couldn't even. We had 1 or 2 guys that even had the money to do it. We were like, fuck, dude.
Exactly. So that night we get back to the hotel room and we all like immediately crash. We all go to bed and Justin's up, which at now I realize is like a responsible thing, but Justin is the only one up still and he's in the bathroom and he's like washing his face and he's brushing his teeth. And we're all like 18 years old. We're like pathetic losers. And we went to bed right away. Nobody brushed their teeth. Nobody washed their face. That's lame shit.
It was also kind of a... I can't remember us like enjoying the rest of that night. I feel like we all was like, fuck, it was
the
kind of
night
ruined.
was over. Yeah. So I am upset with I'm already upset with Justin because I had to fucking pay for him. And now he's also keeping me awake. And I say, "Justin, what the fuck are you doing? Go to bed." And he replies, "I gotta brush my teeth. It tastes like butthole."
Oh, yeah! I forgot about that. And we're all like, what the fuck?
So like
Did she make you, that stripper make you eat her ass or
and
something?
then we paid for it?
And then we had to pay it.
We paid for Justin to eat some stripper's ass.
This is fucking ridiculous. And then he gets all pissed off. He's already in a bad mood, first of all. And he's like, fucking shut up. I didn't eat no stripper's asshole. You know?
So, of course, we never let it go, ever.
I honestly forgot about that. That was so... I forgot. My fucking breath smells like ass, bro. I got to brush my teeth. Why did... Dude, that was
shit.
great.
Well,
I smiled too. My face hurts from smiling after listening to that, man.
The third story is much shorter, and you're going to remember it as I'm telling it. But this was like our second or third time we had been on a birthday trip for the casinos. second or third time we've been to Deja Vu. And I know this because now we have the confidence to sit at the stage.
Oh yeah, after you by this point that's the first you didn't even grab a table in the back. We go straight for the front and start throwing ones. Like, let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Show dominance right away. Get some attention from all these other girls. Like, we're here for business, ladies.
And this was an interesting night because this was our first amateur night. And there was this giant prize pool, and there were 3 amateurs, and whoever got like the most audience attention, whoever got the most ones, also got the prize pool.
Oh, she won the attention.
Oh, you remember now?
Oh, I remember now.
The first one comes up.
This is a story I tell a lot of people for some reason. Like,
the first one comes up. She's like, fine. We all throw like a couple ones. The second one comes up. Same story.
Even better. The second one was like, oh, she was kind of cute.
Yeah.
The first one, okay, it's amateur night.
Right.
We got it. Like, good job, girl.
The third one comes up, dude, and she is so hot. We all like took a bunch of money down, and we all put it in front of us. Right in front of us, because when they go to pick up that money, like, they give you a little show. But she was so hot, so everyone did that. And we're at one end of the stage.
Keep in mind, too, they start with clothes.
Right.
And throughout their routine, the clothes come off.
They take them off.
Okay.
So everyone puts their money down. Everyone.
We got to see this chick's fucking tits, man. This is amazing.
We're at one end of the stage, and she starts at the other end of the stage. And she is picking up the money. She's taking off clothes. She's almost fully naked at about the middle of the stage. And that's when she takes off her panties. And that's when everyone can see
a little tail.
She's got a tampon in.
She had a little tail.
She had a little tail.
Which, at that time, my 18, 19-year-old self knew nothing about this. And we're all like, does she have a little tail? We're all like, she has something growing out of there.
And the attention got brought to it because the person who was sitting in the center of the stage was a woman. Right. And she starts screaming like, woo! Woo! She's just fucking so into it. She's screaming as loud as she can. And then we all like collectively realize that she has a tampon in.
That's a tampoon.
And we all like very slowly like grab our money off the stage and just put it back into our pocket. Which didn't matter because she stayed with the girl who went crazy the rest of the song, and she was like getting showered on with money. It was nuts.
And to win the amateur night, you had to just basically get the crowd's approval. And every single lady in that crowd went fucking nuts, and all the dudes were just kind of like, good job.
Yay.
We're proud of you.
At now, I'm...
Oh, and she won, by the way.
She definitely won, yeah.
I mean, the crowd went crazy for her.
Yeah, they loved it. Look at them, they fucking love it.
I mean, you can... We're got the jury back out. If you were a stripper, do you take the night off on period night? On that weekend? Do you take that weekend off? Or
that's a good question.
Do you just show it off? This is what's going on this week.
Here's the thing. I'm 29 now, so this is coming from a decade later. I wouldn't care at this point. But here's another thing that I've been thinking about for the past decade. Was it a prop?
Ha! Oh my God, you really been thinking into this.
Was it a prop?
Here's my thinking though.
The reveal came at such like the perfect moment in front of that lady in the center of the stage. It was almost too perfect.
Here's my perspective as a 31-year-old many years later. If I were to see another stripper with one, I would even be more grossed out. Okay, I'm on the other end of the spectrum. Before, I was more confused. Now, I'm even more grossed out because I have had sex with a woman like right at the end of their period.
Wait, you've had sex with a woman?
Well, I didn't want to
What?
break the news to you, okay? But have you this ever happened to you where you look at your dick and it's full of blood, and you're like, and you want to think like, wow, man, I fucking did a good job. I fucked her shit up. But then you realize, oh, she just didn't tell me she was, still getting finished with her period, so I got a fucking dick full of blood now. That's never happened to you?
Of course it has.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I know you
all the time. No, I'm kidding. Every time. Because I fucked that shit up.
I fucking live in there, bro. I find a new home for that shit, dude. Fucking cervix is on a no planet, man. I push that thing back to her fucking throat.
Oh, my God.
Well, on that note, that's been our podcast today.
Yeah.
I appreciate all these warm stories.
I'm sweating now.
I am too. I am so glad that we started this adult YouTube channel. Where
It's a lot more fun, isn't
We
it?
can talk about these
Horrifying things we've done.
events that have happened in our life. It would really warm our hearts if all you viewers out there commented below your broski story or your girlfriend story. I don't know what you call your girlfriends.
Broski. Wait, that sounds bad. The Groski story was the tampon story. That was a Groski story.
Groski. Let us know, that time that your friend just fucked up.
Right.
And you guys had to go all collectively in there and help him out. That was one of the most memorable events I think I'll ever have in my life, man.
Yeah, agreed.
It was the best strip club story I could ever hope for.
Shout out Justin.
I do have a story maybe I'll bring up next time of the time I almost got in a fight at a strip club. Oh, man. Actually, tell you what. I'll tell you about remind me next time our podcast we'll talk about my brother's bachelor party.
I also have almost got into a fight at a strip club story.
Cool.
That we will next week.
We got stories.
Next week we
got stories
have
for
more
you guys.
strip club stories. Funny enough.
That's going to be our content for the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned.
Yeah, everybody, thank you for watching. Please like, sub, comment. All those things help us out a lot. It'd be appreciated.
Shout out to my maggots. Slipped out. What's up?
Shout out to your knotheads. Shout out to your slippery knotheads. Everybody, adios.
I'm back to hating you again. Looking out the window.
Goodbye.